Hey guys, welcome to my home today. I'm joined with one of best friend in the whole wide world, Chantal Donnelly, who's an amazing physical therapist, and she is the owner of Body Insight and the creator of two great DVDs, Strong Knees, which is what we're going to talk about today. So I get asked this all the time. What do I do to stop getting knee pain? What do I need to work on? What muscles do I need to strengthen? And what muscles do I need to stretch? Well, I've brought the expert with me. So Chantal, please tell them that they can do a squat without killing themselves.
You can. You can do a squat without killing yourself. You can do a walking lunge without killing yourself. The key with knee problems is that what we're seeing is people are overusing their quads, the front of the body.
Yep.
And they're underusing the hips, the glutes, the hamstrings, and the back of the body. And that's really what we're seeing. And so it's more about how you do a lunge or a squat. It's about the quality versus the quantity, and it's
exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we have to remember. It's all about the quality of movement, which is, I say this day in, day out. So show me, if I'm doing a walking lunge, what do I need to focus on more?
Okay, well, first of all, just standing there before you even take your lunge, what I tell people to do is to say, okay, where is the weight on your feet? And a lot of times people are shifting their weight too far forward onto their feet. So what does that do? First of all, it turns off the abs, right? And it tightens up the hamstrings in the back and basically turns all of that off. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna shift the weight back towards your heels.
Perfect.
Great.
Yeah.
Now from there, you're gonna take your lunge. So go ahead and take your step forward. Good. Now you're going to drop down. Now a lot of people, Tracey of course does it perfectly.
Sorry.
Don't be so good. Now a lot of people are going to shift their weight forward. So what that does when you come up is it takes you out of the glutes. So we're going to be nice and straight. We're going to be upright. So we're contracting the abdominals. And then as you come up out of your lunge, you're going to feel the glutes working. Okay. Now generally, if you're in that lunge position, where are you feeling the glutes? You're feeling it on that standing leg, that forward leg, right?
Yep.
So Tracey's gonna really feel that and contract her glutes as she comes up. And that's the important part of the exercise, is on the up, and everybody seems to focus on the down.
You always focus on the down. I'm always saying that it's always on the eccentric phase that you should be focusing, not the contract. Yeah.
Exactly. And so what ends up happening is people are too focused on the downward phase, and then they're also focused on leaning forward, and so it ends up being a quad only exercise. And if you're already quad dominant, meaning your quads are already overworked and too tight, your knees are gonna feel it. Your knees are gonna feel it. We don't want that. We want a balance between the front of the body and the back of the body. And this exercise provides it for you as long as you do it correctly.
I have a question for you, because I see this a lot. You're talking about not pitching the body forward, which is exactly. A good cue I've always found is like the pubic bone being in between the front two legs. Do you think that's a good cue?
I do. Yeah, sure, absolutely. Keeping the sternum lifted is another cue you can think of, because people want to do this. Yeah, but the pubic bone going straight down in between the legs is also another good one, and that's also going to help you get your abdominals engaged during this exercise.
And it'll probably stop them shooting the knees over the toes. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Right. How about squats then? Because everyone asks me, how do we do a perfect squat? Because everyone squats all the time because they're perfect for quads and hamstrings, but that's usually what causes a lot of knee issues. So a classic squat. Okay. Any tips?
So first thing with squats is, and the same thing with lunges now that I think about it, you don't want to go as far as down if you're feeling pain. So if you're going to do your squat, if you can only go a little bit because you're feeling pain, that's fine. Just stop right before you feel the pain.
Okay.
So that's number one.
Okay.
Now the other thing with squats is that you want to make sure that the knees don't roll in. Now people who have knee pain, gluteus medius muscles, right? So that's what causes that rolling in. So we want to imagine that we have an exercise band around the upper thighs, and you're really
sort of like a band,
and you're really trying not to let that band get lax. You're really putting some tension, so the knees are pushing out as you're doing your squat.
Is that why a ball, sometimes when you put a ball in between your legs, helps?
It can. Now the problem with the ball is that people want to squeeze the ball. So what does that do is it internally rotates the hips. So sometimes the ball is okay as long as you're working with someone who's not going to allow you to overcompensate and squeeze too much.
So tell me, how about spinal alignment? Is spinal alignment something to do with the knees too, if the alignment is off?
Well, kind of like what we were talking about with the walking lunge, The alignment is going to help you, if you're upright, it's going to help you get more into the glutes and stay out of the quads excessively.
Because I see a lot of people like that tucking of the pelvis, shortening the hip flexors, and I'm sure that puts some compression on the lumbar spine.
It puts compression on the lumbar spine. It just pulls everything forward, right? And so we don't want that.
Like that.
No, we do
we
not
don't want to
that.
look like that. Doesn't
We
it
want
very
to go
hard?
straight down, right?
Yeah, because I think most of the exercises, people always complain to me, Tracey, I don't want to do any squats, I don't want to do any plies or anything because it's going to overwork my quads, and my quads are already big as it is. And I think if we put Chantal's tips and learning how to do a squat and a lunge correctly, you're going to get more balance, more hamstring strength, and less pressure on the knee, and also a better booty, right? That's what it's all about.
Hey, why not? Get the better booty and have less pain in your knees at the same time. Why not?
All right, guys. Well, thank you. Remember, find Chantal. She's amazing. Strong knees, pain-free at work. That'll be another segment. We'll talk about that. How to sit at a computer and look good, but not injure yourself. Okay? All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Don't forget, subscribe. Love the button.